Hello and welcome to Jadekine Gaming presents the Observatory. My name is Bob, and this is the 41st session of the Shadow Kingdom Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign. Got it out. I'm here with Austin as Mary, Ryan as Mother June, Adam as Dr. Richter / Wolfgang, Herr Wolfgang, and Nick as Maribel. So we are picking up on Sunday evening. Sunday. With Mother June, I do believe. You wanted to go do something.
Oh, yeah, I was going to go to the Horse's Head so that I would be able to provide Anders with some additional initiation.
Okay. So you escort Anders to the Horse's Head.
Jake already took him there, or at least...
Okay. Well, I mean, you're not leaving all that much later than they are.
Well, no, because we came out of the sewers and then I went around proselytizing.
Oh, right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. It's been like 3 months or something.
You hate time.
Hey, happy 4th of July, everyone.
So, yeah.
He'll never date us. When he does, he's done this enough that no one knows.
But, yeah, so... Last time we talked to him, he was heading... bringing Anders over there to start his... initiation into the gang. Jake was.
Okay, so yeah, you go over there later in the evening.
But yeah. Wanted to show up and see how things are going first.
You get there, it's dark, late at night. You don't immediately see an Anders. But you walk in and you get your usual one of the two orc bartenders. And it's like, Mother June, what can I get you?
Oh, nothing. I'm here to check on something. How are things going?
Oh, good.
Alright, good to hear it. And then I'll make my way into the back room.
Okay.
And is anybody there in the back?
No.
No? Upstairs?
Yeah, you go upstairs and you open the door. Are you going? I take it you're not going into the bartender's rooms?
No, not the twins' rooms.
Okay. Yeah, you open the door to the upstairs office and yeah, Anders is sleeping there. On the bed of the old boss, since no one stays there.
Okay. Well, I go ahead and knock on the door frame or what have you.
Since he wakes up and goes, yes?
Hello, Anders. It's Mother June. I just
It's like pulling his blankets up over his chest.
It's like, yeah, nothing to worry about. And it's like, I just wanted to come talk with you as we want to welcome new people who join.
Okay.
Yeah.
Creeping people out again. Yeah. In the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Hello, dear.
Hello.
Just watching you sleep.
So, given that you're essentially going to be starting a new life as
as I realize what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to point out that your character is aware that you're being creepy as fuck.
Okay, then I stop.
Like, you came into this person's room in the middle of the night, basically. After beating the shit out of them, like, hey, like, this is a weird thing to do.
Okay, then I stop.
I've been informed that I don't tell you guys enough when you're being fucking weird.
Okay.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
I don't know how you're unaware that this is a strange thing
yeah,
to do.
and you can tell, all of us are very clearly aware of it. But yeah, he's plowing on like he has no idea. I've been there. I've done things. Apparently they're stupid, and apparently all of you are like gasping at me doing it. But I don't notice it in the moment. And then
I thought you were just having some murdering fun. I don't know.
You know what? No, I was like, this is the way you do things. And after the fact, yeah, I can look back and see it. But sometimes in the moment, you don't know.
Okay.
Then I just tell him, when you get some free time, come and talk to me.
Just this is like the equivalent of, you know, in that scene in the anime when the girl opens the door, she thinks she has a pot and pan, but she's actually holding a knife, and she goes, "Oh darn, you woke up," and turned around and leave.
Yeah.
Left. That's you.
Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, come and talk to me when you can find some free time.
Okay.
And then I
Sleep well.
Can I roll high enough not to be creepy? No, this is the modifier. It's too high.
That's just a fucking weird thing to do.
Alright. Okay. Then I go home to bed.
It's like, when you do that, I don't know if you're trying to be creepy or not.
No.
I think Ryan went in not realizing that it was so late that he was going to be in bed, and then tried to figure out, well, how do I move forward anyways?
I mean, by the time you go there, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
8 or 9 o'clock at night on a day where he had his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who hasn't there?
He was beaten into unconsciousness. You
know.
did it. You were there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Alright. Well, yeah, I go back to bed.
Okay.
I go home.
He'll probably just think this was a fever dream. It's fine.
I have a mild concussion anyways. That probably did happen.
Okay. Enthusiastic walkman? I mean, you're awake.
Regular walk, not enthusiastic.
He has to be lackadaisical about it because
Yeah.
he can't use too much energy.
So, you're...
You could legit go to sleep and see what your boy thinks.
That's true. I probably should be going to sleep because he did ask me to do that. So I guess I take a regular nap, like a peasant.
Okay, so you finally use your room for its intended purpose.
Like a non-magical loser.
You've been yelled at from him before about not sleeping often enough.
Hey, he gave me the power.
So you go to sleep, and let's see here. When was this? This was...
Probably 2 days after the guy died.
I mean, I could look it up.
Because I think there was a gap in between.
So 38 would be the session that happened because
Yeah.
that's called Outcome Foggy, and I remember all the fog.
Yeah, you were given the thing from your patron. Da, 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 da. I believe it's been... I believe it was Saturday.
Yeah, that was Saturday.
Yeah, so
Saturday evening.
So you're going to... It happened Saturday. You're going to sleep Monday.
Yeah, so
Or
it's like
Sunday,
a-
Sunday evening.
Yeah,
So it was one day.
That's even faster than I thought.
Yeah, it's not that bad. But you go to sleep, and...
I'm so courteous.
So you, like, lay down and close your eyes, and almost immediately get pulled into a room. And in his fiery glory, his armor burning and blackened, patron looks down at you and says, "Care to explain?"
So there we are, with a perfectly good escape plan. Big, lots of cover, just run out the exit. Just run out the exit. And he decides to not only go behind the bar, but when he finds out that he's behind the bar and not near the exit, he decides to waste time trying to beat up some broad. I can't help the guy if he's not willing to just walk out the open door.
So, you didn't provide him with a weapon? Didn't lead him out?
He had a weapon.
No, he didn't.
Well, I presumed he had a weapon because he was attacking some lady behind the bar instead of running.
And didn't explain to him which way to go.
I figured it was pretty obvious.
He ran ahead
Giant
of
fog
you.
cloud.
He ran ahead of you.
Yeah, I mean, he
Granted, I didn't
know.
think to equip anyone or tell them which way to go either.
He
I'm
didn't.
just
a
as
different
stupid.
person ran ahead.
Yeah, the invisible
No, not
guy.
that one. But then in the turn order, he came first, so he ran head out of that hallway.
Yeah.
So,
Like I said, even if he didn't know which way it was, he still wasted an entire turn attacking the lady instead of running.
so in short,
He was a moron, apparently.
you failed in the mission I gave you.
I got him out of that prison cell.
Yeah, I can't really sign a corpse up.
If I
You've-
knew where the corpse was, I could get him back.
You've been incredibly enthusiastic in attempting to do contracts that have no power or authority, because you don't. So I thought I'd give you a test to see if you're worthy of both power and authority to do these sorts of things upon targets that I pick. And instead of, I don't know, succeeding at all, you failed miserably and blamed literally everyone else. Whilst I appreciate the enthusiasm
I can only do
behind
so
that,
much.
it would be great if you did something. So, I mean, this doesn't look good. However, it is your first mistake. So, we're going to give you a chance.
He's nice.
You can find the body and bring him. I'll accept that soul. Or you can bring me someone of equivalent skill.
Wouldn't be very hard. That guy was down there.
He was about 3 times more powerful than you.
How is he that strong if he's that dumb?
You'd be surprised.
That's not really my question to answer.
I guess not. I mean, who knows? Mortals, man. Basically idiots.
You haven't earned the right not to be one yet, so...
Basically idiots.
It just looks right at you and goes, I'd agree. So, you can try again, or you can give up on this path. Yeah, but if you try and fail again, there will be harsher consequences than just this little slap on the wrist. This is the part where you choose.
What? What do you want me to do?
Are you going to try
Are
to
you
get
going to try to continue to sign people onto contracts and gain rewards from your patron for doing so? Or are you going to give up on that venture of signing people on contracts and we'll just call this a wash, and this is your one?
Well, I mean, why would I quit when I'm ahead?
You're not. You're behind. You're very much so behind.
But I still have all the powers.
Yes, and if you mess up, you might lose some.
Well, maybe I'm a
That's-
dummy, but I don't really see the risk in this venture.
Okay, just so that you're aware, that is the threat. That you know.
Oh, no, Mary's very much of the opinion of he's in it 100 or nothing.
Okay.
If he loses all of his Warlock's levels, I guess I gotta level up something else.
I mean, it's like veganism. No vegan diet, no vegan powers.
Such a silly comic book.
But yeah, he goes, all right, well, enjoy your sleep, and yeah, feel free to contact me once you've found someone that I would accept.
So Stevie either wants the body or an equivalent.
You have to bring the body back to life and then convince the body to sign.
Or
Yes, and he goes, and for the contract, you just feel this burning sensation across your chest. He goes, rip that off when you're ready, and we'll turn into it.
Alright.
And when you go back to your body and wake up on Monday morning after having slept the entire time. Rested, rejuvenated, long rest achieved, but when you look down at your chest, there's like a piece of skin that's blackened. And you feel like you could just take it and rip part of your skin off of your chest, and it would probably turn into a contract. So you have a magical tattoo on your chest that looks like a scroll case.
So I gotta find a guy who's capable of looking at an exit and walking through it. And that's apparently the bar I'm trying to pass.
You
I
have
think what you're trying to
someone-
find is a level 15 guy.
No, you have to find like a level 13 or equivalent person of power to take that spot, or someone who is of a significant political pull within the kingdom would also be acceptable.
Wow.
well,
No, you could totally find that dude and try to bring the body back as well.
Yeah.
There's multiple paths here, but yeah, that's your first task.
totally just
But there's no ticking clock on this one. So.
No, he's like an immortal being. What does he know about time?
could always just go up to the balanced blades of, I hear you have some bodies I want to buy.
I need a few.
For things.
For things. You know, I figure for guys like you, wouldn't have so many questions about why a guy wants some dead bodies. Specifically, some supple young elf bodies.
Jesus Christ.
To be clear, I know I would be being creepy in that scenario.
Okay.
May I suggest a Danny DeVito costume in that scenario? Just an obese Danny DeVito. I hear you have an elf body. I would really love to have it.
I need it for reasons.
Delicious reasons.
And remember to put in your notes the Dread Overlord Steve.
He will know, and he'll hate you.
I mean, it wasn't the original Dread Overlord. There was a totally different one, but you guys kept saying, "Is it Steve?" I'm like, fuck it, it's Steve.
I said it one time, and you said that's a good idea.
People were enthusiastic. Listen,
I said it while laughing.
I believe in giving the people what they want.
It is what the people wanted.
The people wanted Steve to be the Dread Overlord. I'm like, you know what?
I'm one of the people. I definitely wanted Steve to be the Dread Overlord.
See, it wasn't even my choice.
It's funny because he's a Death Knight and we've met him before.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's a joke. It's an in-joke.
But yes.
You'll have to go and watch all of the other programs to find it. Just don't
an
start.
Underend.
Yeah, don't start with that one.
No,
that one
you
the last
go ahead.
one.
Start with Underend. It's incredibly long. They have no idea where an Underend it is. You'll find it eventually.
Probably in the hell part.
They don't know there's a hell part. Spoilers.
And honestly, we've named so many NPCs Steve. It could be anyone.
That's
We
true.
named a horse
By
Steve.
they, you guys do realize that means my game, you've named him Steve.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that Steve is a very common name in your worlds.
Yeah, very common.
It's like Lee or Smith.
Yep.
Everyone's got that name.
Okay, Monday morning.
Yeah.
It is time for the Monday morning meeting.
I already prepare spells when I go to morning meeting.
I like that I crossed off that spell slot just to check it off again. It's like, I get that back. I don't have to spend it.
Well, you get to roll your dice for the day, too.
Yeah. That's this was fun. 10
10 and 10.
and
Perfect.
15.
Great. It's 10 and 10. It's like I'm having the average day.
It's like a great day to stay inside and work on spells.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
Wolfgang will go to the meeting.
Okay. So you all file into the meeting, and as you get there, you notice once again that Yank is not present.
I go and get him.
Okay. You go to the room, open it up, and find a note on the bed.
Read the note.
Dear Molly, I know that we've been explaining it to me, and there's certainly a familial feeling there, but I'm having memories of a life past and people that I don't know and I wish to learn. I've oft to meet them again and find myself, I suppose. I'll be back in time. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful life, and remember that I'll always be, your big brother will always be there for you. Yank.
Now, doctor that note so it says stuff like, now our love will always be forbidden. But no, I hold you dear to my heart.
But yeah, he left, it's dated from about 3 or 4 days ago.
Nice of him to date it.
Yes, it's conveniently dated.
Then I go to the morning meeting, and I'll give the note over to Molly.
And she, takes it and starts reading and kind of nods and puts it away.
So,
Successful day yesterday.
yep. I'll go ahead and give a brief recap to the lieutenants who would have not been present for the situation in the sewers, to tell them both what happened as well as some of the stuff that we learned from talking to Anders and interacting with the patrol. Because now we actually have one of Gustav's higher-ups who, if given the opportunity, I'd like to find him alone so we can get rid of him. But anyway,
Let's say I would go look for him, but I never saw him.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I gave everybody a description so they know what Hale looks like.
Hale?
Hale Bishop is his name.
Yeah, Hale Bishop's the name of the gnome trickery cleric of Aladamara that works with Gustav. He was the dude casting whatever that
Aid.
it was
Bless.
Bless, but don't know if our characters know that.
No,
Druid
it's,
gets it.
I don't have religion.
Yes, but you have the spell.
Do I?
I'm pretty sure Druids gets bless. Maybe they don't.
I don't think so.
Bards get us.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, no.
maybe I would know.
Yeah.
Beast bonds, noblesse under 1 or 2.
Cleric, Leftomin, and Paladin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bards would only get it through the good old magical secrets.
yeah. So yeah. Never mind.
Purely divine magic.
Except no substitutes.
But he teleported away before I could deal with him.
Gosh darn teleports.
Yep. So it would be nice to handle him so he's not available for backing up Gustav.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Do we want to strike again today, or let it cool down a little? And if we don't, do we want to send Jake out alone to keep striking out?
Well, he was just killing lookouts and stuff. He wasn't taking on patrols.
Yeah.
Something that I wanted to bring up just as a for communication purposes when we're out actually dealing with enemies is we might actually want to go ahead and come up with some sort of short names to call each other by.
So cute.
Yeah.
Little pet names.
Little pet names.
So, yeah, if we wanted to come up with a list of code names for ourselves.
Should we get stuff to disguise our faces too?
I mean, I do. I was disguised when we went down the sewers yesterday.
I don't know. Look at Molly. It's like, you think we should have special outfits for when we go out then? With, masks and special names?
Of course not. That was stupid.
But it would hide our identities.
No, it would give us an easily trackable identity.
Molly just looks at you and goes, just put on your stealth suit.
I don't have one of those?
I don't know how that's my problem.
But yeah.
You've seen her stealth suit. She has one.
She just has a double-lined zoot suit.
Yeah.
Very stealthy.
Well, the idea with easily recognizable, but not recognizable as us.
Well, that's great. Once.
Or it could be just a serial person that they don't like who's not tied to our identity directly.
Yeah.
Alternatively, we think Molly could find this Hale, then we have finished eliminating that line, and it doesn't matter if they recognized us.
Yeah.
What is Molly doing currently?
Is looking into the leaders of the Balance Blades.
Yeah. So
Okay.
To which she does have a report.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess lieutenants.
The leader's name is Edward Hale.
Not to confuse
What?
with Bishop.
Well, his hail is like hailstorms.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the other one?
The other one is HALE.
Like hearty,
Hail.
hail, healthy.
Wait.
Yes, as in healthy.
Which one is whatever rainstorm hail?
Edward. Edward's last name is Hale.
Okay. So the balance blade guy is.
Yes, who is a
frozen
Herringham.
Okay.
Dude, go there and be like, man, your names are really inconvenient. Could you change them?
Mary. Yeah.
Yeah, Mary.
Quite contrary.
Alright, so we know that the
And you
lead.
said he's a Harrington?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're not the only bunny on the planet.
You gotta seduce him.
No.
Well, if you check your contract.
I'm not good at it.
That might be the easiest way, is just to bring him onto our side.
Oh, you might like him.
Alright, so we know
Just
who
be
he
together
is.
for a few years and see if it works out.
Just have 30, 40 children. You know, a small number.
But
Because you're a bunny.
Mhm.
Yes.
so we at least got a little bit of information about the balance blades. Do we want to switch Molly and Hammerstein over to looking for Hale? Because the other thing that we
Let's go with Bishop. It might be easier. We have Bishop and Hale versus Hale and Hale.
Bishop and Edward, right? So
No hicks.
yeah. So looking for Bishop, because the other thing that would be on her plate would be stealth training the gang members.
Well, actually, if I could oppose, I kind of need to know where the balance blades get rid of bodies. Because I kind of need that elf's body.
Do you bring up that you could buy people?
Well, I mean, if they're selling.
No, just actively obstinate.
I don't know that they sell people.
You know that they sold. Ghost-
Actually, we do know because we already have the necromancy report that we got from Steve, so we know that bodies are sold.
Yeah, you know that they just let you buy what's.
It's not just
Awesome.
Richter who knows that; everybody at the table.
But
knows
yeah, I know nothing about the balance blade specifically.
that.
Yeah, but I'm saying they let you pay to get a live person out. What
Yes,
makes
that's
you think-
very different.
I don't.
Well, you
If
have,
there
you have
wa-
to cover up a murder.
I
I mean, we got a number of lieutenants if they know better than my dumb fairy butt.
Yeah.
Molly does point out that the balance blades are a bit more dangerous to be following people because they're just better, and also that they have similar training to her, so that her job would be more difficult, and they move through
Well, I mean-
sewers a lot more, so it's
If they're willing
it's
to be,
difficult for her to follow the leader.
if we could just make some overtures, and I mean, we could do it above board. If they're willing to sell a body to some rando.
That might be a personal thing that you have to take care of instead of having Molly on it.
And furthermore, be careful going in there, talking about that body. They may suspect.
Well, that's why I was asking for somebody who's actually good at this stuff.
Maybe
Well,
you should get good.
Or if Mother June could go ask, she deals with people pretty well.
He's just as charismatic as I am.
Oh yeah, I forget you. He's not. You have actual expertise and other stuff in like diplomacy.
But I am close to being as good as her. Yes, that is
Yeah.
true. That is technically true.
Yeah, it's like, do you
the
even
person
have
who's-
diplomacy and the other one trained? Your child skills?
Yeah, I have persuasion and deception. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like if you just hit him with enhanced ability, he'd probably be just as good roll-wise.
Yeah. It's like I could do that enchantment, and so we probably not going to go back to the sewers today.
As far as just going and fighting people,
Mhm.
it's like
Or do we just want to send Molly off to investigate Bishop and see if we can catch him alone and assassinate him.
It's like I'd like to, well, coordinating with Molly. As far as getting our hands on Bishop to try to be able to take him out, would you need any supplementary distraction from other members of the gang to make your job easier? As far as
You want me to try and go and kill him?
well, I thought we would do that after you found his location, but
Okay.
no.
I just didn't understand the request.
No. I'm asking in order to make her job easier if she would need any backup as far as us creating a non-stealthy distraction elsewhere.
Well, the bigger issue is you've made an incredibly hostile place for anyone who's not already living there through Jake's dealing with of sentries and the like.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot more cautious and observant to people moving through. It is not as easy as it once was. And I can't go through the sewers because they're patrolled. And me, by myself, I mean, if I can run, if I spot them before they spot me, I would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
No one rabbits quite like I do. But, I mean, people have seen me before.
Given that she's one of our super loyals, I don't want to risk her on,
Alright, so, but she would think it would be dangerous to continue to doing missions.
It would be dangerous for her to go into there alone, stealthy.
Okay.
You've stirred them.
Yeah. So, instead of that, then I figure she would actually be best place training gang members right now.
Yeah. If the balanced blades are better at are equal at stealth and the other place is stirred up, yeah, training.
Yeah, and it's like,
Crash course in the gang in stealth.
I think that would be what I want Molly doing.
Okay, that's going to tie her up for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Does it also need any extra cash, or?
Well, they don't have any weapons that can do sneak attacks, but after the 2 weeks, they would get.
Javelins are thrown.
Yeah, they would get potential for sneak attack. They would then be able to.
Okay.
Would they have the actual stealth skill, or just a small sneak attack bonus?
They'd have proficiency in stealth.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
If you gave them another 2 weeks, they would get sneak attack.
Okay. Yeah, so 2 weeks to get them proficiency in stealth, I'm fine with. Stuff from the other 5 lieutenants?
Steve has found a teacher for your etiquette classes, which will take 16 hours of your time, but you will gain proficiency and understanding of how to behave in high society. Hammerstein has several different galas and parties and things like that that are on the schedule for the social calendar so far upcoming.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't got any tickets to any of them, but he has found things that you could. So there are plot hooks there if you felt like it. Abbott has found that Raised Dead, which was one of the things you specifically asked for, is about 5,000 gold.
Okay.
Well, you have the gentle repose ritual, so we could just hang on to this corpse for a while.
And other commissioned magic services is dependent upon what you ask for.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, most of them are less expensive than, like... Yeah, I know, like, Arcane Lock. You guys are like, that's 25 gold. It's not in this world, because it's highly magical, so the price is reduced.
Mm-hmm.
The warded circles are not as expensive as they were in most things, because the price is reduced for a lot of these people.
So we're gonna kid teacher.
Yeah. For a second there, it's like, I can now... Well, once I have diamonds, cast Revivify, but I was also thinking, it's like, what if I had a scroll of, like, Gentle Repose, and those are, like, 200 to 500 gold in themselves.
Yeah. Because it's a spell.
Mm-hmm. And you couldn't even do it because you can't cast it as a spell, only as a ritual, and that's 10 minutes versus the 1 minute Revivify is good for.
Yeah. Well, you can't revivify as a ritual. Revivify is not a ritual.
No, but Gentle Repose is.
So by the time you finish casting General Repose, it would
You
no longer be
yeah,
reserved.
No, you have to
for-
cast it if you want to do it.
Yeah, you can no longer remove.
Yeah, if you want to revive somebody with General Repose, you got to cast that regularly.
Yeah.
The most economical way of getting General Repose would just to buy it for Wolfgang.
I don't know. Could we find it in, like, that's level 1, a wand?
It's 2.
2?
It's
Yeah.
a ritual. No, we wouldn't want it as one. It's a ritual spell. Put it in his book, and then he can cast it without using spell slot.
I think you want it fast.
Yeah, you want it fast. Revivify only has a 1 minute, time period. So you either have to have Revivify in that minute.
Gentle Repose.
Gentle Repose is rituals 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Which
means
means
at the
it's
end
been
of the
more
10
than a
minutes-
minute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're
Yeah,
talking about
you need the quick fire version of Gentle Repose.
well, then he would have to prepare it.
Yeah, and I don't see Wolfgang preparing that, like, daily for maybes.
Yeah.
Hence the wand. Because scrolls like 200 a pop, and that just seems insane.
Nah, Raised Dead's not that much.
Like, for us to cast it? No. Just
It's
the
500 for you guys.
Yeah.
It's 500 gold and diamond.
Because that's both the spell, then another, like, 10 or 9 to 10 times spell level for another person to cast. Now,
Yeah,
did he...
that has to be a diamond.
Yeah.
So it has to be a singular 500 gold diamond, which is the fun part. Because you can't just go, I have diamond. No, you need the one.
So
Very annoying.
you said that it was 5,000 to cast as a service.
To buy for someone else to do it for you, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if we provided the diamond, would it be way cheaper?
No, it'd be about 500 gold cheaper.
Yeah. They're charging us for the casting. They just tack that on as...
I mean, society hates its corpse. You're going to have to figure out what to do with it.
Mhm.
You'll pay them or you'll go away. Either way, you're not...
Okay.
Like,
I
you're
have
taking
things
up
to do
an
with it.
hour of their time.
Yeah. Did he say if there were no questions asked kind of place, or just you show up?
Oh, no, questions are asked. You're there with a corpse.
Yeah, okay.
They're very curious.
There was a slight hit and run accident. I see like 17 stab wounds on this guy.
Yeah,
Hit
turns
and
out
run.
He was a moron.
It's kind of like when you show up in the hospital with a gunshot
Yeah.
wound. It's
What
like,
happened?
they got some
Fell down
questions.
some stairs.
they would like to know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So questions asked.
You don't just go, mind your business. I got hole, fill it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we need like 4 more districts before I could do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then again, finding another level 13 warrior or whatever for you to sign up is also relatively hard. So I figure grab the body now and just hang on to it for later. And remember to gentle repose it once a week.
Not even that. Just propose like 10 days.
Yeah, 10 days.
And you can just keep that baby forever.
Yeah.
Pristine.
Delicious.
So yeah.
That's
So-
a good point. If you take a bite out of a corpse, can you mend it back whole?
Once it is healed, all injuries are replaced.
Well, that's true. I guess you wouldn't need to. But
So
I
you
guess
could-
you gentle repose it to keep the meat fresh. And you take
I mean-
pieces off, and then you mend the corpse, which is an object, to get more meat.
You can join 2 objects together with mend. You can't replace mass with mend.
it doesn't restore missing body parts, so I imagine if you eat enough muscles, they just have permanent loss of stats.
Just whoopsie.
But could I use this cantrip Min to, like, sew up those stab wounds because the corpse is an object.
It wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, they would just have less questions. He's less stabbed to death.
I feel like a dead body with no obvious form of trauma is a bit more curious.
What
You
happens?
you heal all but one of the stab wounds.
Aneurysm, man.
Yeah.
And you can just tell him the truth. He was killed by the balanced blades.
Yeah.
Why was he killed by them? Well, he didn't know where exits were.
Always blame him. Never stop, never change your score.
Hey, I stand by it. Even if he didn't know where the exit was, he still took time out of his day to attack the one behind the bar instead of running in any direction.
Because they're
The
a
Balance
gang.
Blades killed him for attacking the barkeep.
It's like he was probably a rogue, which means he has 3 movements worth of action, like every turn.
What are you talking about? He was killed because they're a gang that kidnaps people to force them into death fights. It's like you don't need to get all particular.
He could have been moving 90 around, and he decided, I'm going to waste 60 of that standing here, attacking this broad.
Anyways, so that's Molly and...
This Molly. And
A lady which he didn't even kill, by the way.
Doomsayer's still working on his thing.
Yeah, Doomsayer's still working.
So we do have to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still sort of gesturing over to, I forget what his name is, but he's our enforcer guy.
Jake.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jake is still making sure he's not too green behind the ears. We did find a gentleman with a keen mind that I'd like to see if you get along well with. It's up to you, of course. But
Oh, you're talking to Doomstayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you said you're Jake. Yeah.
No,
Jake's
I
like,
gesture
I know the
to
guy.
Jake that Jake has to make sure he's not green behind
Okay.
the ears, but
I mean,
maybe you like him. It's your call.
I'll meet him. I've got a lot of work to do. I'll meet him, but honestly,
Oh, Doomstayer, while we're talking about what you've got going on, I wanted to ask you some like potential stuff for the future. As far as like what to work on next, is what I mean.
whatever you want.
Yeah. So.
Did you pull out a phone with a list on it?
So. I was
Wait,
wondering.
why does Mother June get a phone?
Mother June, just arcane tablet.
Just pulls out a friggin' piece of parchment.
Yeah. It's like I could have written it down over
Yeah.
here, but whatever. Ask him if Doomstayer, do you think it would be possible for you to create something alchemical that would be able to suppress magic temporarily on a target?
You want me to make a alchemical
Or something,
Well,
something
It's a
that
technical term for anti-magic field.
it doesn't have to
So-
be a field. It could just be a single target.
I mean,
So,
if I had a chalkboard, I could spend about an hour explaining why no, but no.
What
Okay,
about more of a dimensional lock?
is that possible?
Possible. Affordable is the issue.
I guess
Anti-magic field affordable is also an issue. It wouldn't be excuse me, it wouldn't be like an alchemical thing, but I mean, if I could, and he's like starts like pulling out a pencil, just starts like drawing on the table and goes, I mean, in theory, give me like 6 months and 10 grand, I'll see what I can do.
Mm. Okay, I'm not asking for anything
not okay.
right now,
To clarify.
but I'm wondering for the future if it's possible. So,
I'll certainly think about it.
mm.
Might be something to test that bright boy on.
So anti-magic could be maybe 10 grand and 6 months of work.
I mean, he's gonna have to get his doctorate eventually. He's mine, after all.
Yeah.
he's totally just on board now.
I hasn't met him. I like to own
No,
someone.
you've given him a challenge that he's never really considered.
Mhm.
Like he is an academic and he's an incredibly intelligent man, but he's been resting on his laurels for a while.
All the stuff we have him do is just busy work, manual labor.
What were your thoughts on the dimensional anchor?
Wait, I before E, except after C.
So for all those times,
Yeah.
it's not.
Listen, I have enough trouble with grammar without you fucking it up.
English.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Whether or not he thinks he could make a dimensional anchor equivalent.
Easier than that, obviously.
Let me look up Dimensional Anchor real quick and see what's involved in it.
It's not a 5th edition spell.
Yeah.
What did we get? We got Dimensional Lock, right? That's what 5th edition gave us?
I don't think we got that one either. We got
Forbiddance.
no.
Counter spell?
No. Dimensional shackles is what we got.
Yeah, the item. We have the item.
We've got a magical item that does it, but we don't have any actual spells that do it.
Oh yeah, so they didn't because they lied it into like I think Forbiddance.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to show up in my house.
Forbiddance, I believe part of Hollow is you can make it dimensionally anchored.
Basically, the big thing we're wanting to be able to do is talk to go up to one of your NPCs and tell them that they may not leave if their convenient and annoying method, because it's become a problem.
Yeah, it's an option.
It went from an annoyance to happening again, and now it's a problem.
Okay, so it's an option for Hollow. So
Yep.
But we don't want the whole suite of everything that Hollow does. We just
that's you pull.
You're just chunking pieces off other spells.
Yeah, that's like how things are made, anyways. As you find things on spells.
Yeah, they're rare. Dimensional Shackles.
Yeah, dimensional.
Yeah,
shackles.
and
Which requires use on an incapacitated creature. You may not use them on anyone who is not incapacitated.
Hollow is 24 hours and takes 1,000 gold. So you would have to either find a pair of dimensional shackles, which is a thing that exists, and this is a highly magical society. You could certainly find it, but
Well, they'd have to be at least sort of regular.
for
Given how
him
much
to
mages are.
create a custom dimensional anchor, it would be expensive, temporary, and it would be both expensive and temporary.
I think-
5 minutes is all we really need.
Yeah.
In either of those situations, we have the beat down on that person if
And-
we just keep them there for another minute.
There would be a save involved.
Okay.
So there would be the chance to defeat it. So it'd be expensive, temporary, and dodge. It can be saved.
Yeah. I think
So you're like, it would basically be a thing that you're throwing or applying to them. So you have to hit their AC with it, and it would probably be destroyed if that wouldn't work. And then they would get a save against it.
Ooh, that's brutal.
yeah,
I
it's
like
usually
that.
one or the other.
5th
Yeah.
edition doesn't like both.
Yeah, I know, but this is a 24-hour casting time.
Well, you're not
1,000
asking
gold
for 24
thing.
hours.
I know.
Okay.
It takes 24 hours to cast it.
I mean,
The Hollow spell.
Oh.
Which,
Well, also, isn't that the thing that makes a location as opposed to an individual?
yes.
Okay.
So you'd be taking something from a location onto an individual and then having them just one of the things in that spell.
Okay.
It's
This is what I mean.
A complex-
So this is not something that is normal within the other magic that your world has.
correct. This would have to be
That
a
means to us,
custom-made
we
magic.
need to start getting some teleportation, guys. I don't know if any of you have considered getting this form of teleportation.
I have
Hollow
teleportation.
is still a thing.
I think
that
all
you
three
can
of you
put-
have teleportation.
Hollow is still a thing that people can put on things.
Yeah.
It's just you want it to be portable and applicable to a single individual, not an area.
Yeah.
Like if you want to not apply to a person, but an area, that changes it, so it's no longer...
if we want a cheaper option, Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum is a 4th level spell that doesn't have an expensive material component. It is still 24 hours and takes 10 minutes to cast, but
Yeah.
it is another
Okay.
option that stops teleportation.
Yeah. There are several of
Okay.
those of you're making this area your domain,
Yeah.
no teleporting in.
Okay, so yeah, that would be easier since it's a 4th level spell, you said?
Yep.
So it's not a 5th level, it's a 4th level. So we'll discuss it outside of the game because we're going to eat up all of our time talking about it.
Yeah, private sector.
It's not impossible, but it will take time, money, and
Yeah.
stuff to develop it because you're creating a man-portable, single target thing.
Would it be cheaper to have a wizard develop an item like the Dimensional Shackles, which we throw at the ground, and it just affects an area for like a minute?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not going with the alchemical, but going with a magical item solution, probably
Well,
way better.
Alchemical and magical item in this case would be the same. It'd be the same. Like Doomsdayer, it's not his specialty also, but having someone else do it would probably make it faster. Not necessarily cheaper, probably more expensive because it's not one of your guys, but it would be able to do it. And if you're doing an area instead of an individual, he can't save out of it, and you don't have to hit him, but he can leave the area.
Yeah.
So there's that. It's going to be an unfamiliar thing.
Mm-hmm. Where you just throw the stick in the middle of the room, it's like...
Yeah, he would have to pass a certain Arcana check to even know what it is.
Yeah, Dimensional Anchor used to be 4th level.
So, yeah.
And that was single target.
Yeah.
One action, single target.
It is possible.
No teleport.
It's easier if it's not a person but an area.
Okay.
And it would be cheaper if it was an area instead of a person. If you're interested in looking into it on this session, I can give you some numbers. But
No,
it would
'cause he's
be
in the middle
a
of his
loose
stuff.
thing.
No, I'm just talking.
Okay.
We're not going to take him off of his current job.
We're blue skying different things just to get in your brain.
Yeah, and say I'm asking kind of what can he do versus what I want him to do right now.
Okay, so he could make it. It would be expensive and require extensive amounts of R&D, which would be less if you hired a specialist in magical items.
Okay. Other question: would he be able to make Tangler grenades? They're something that exists in Dungeon of the Mad Mage, as far as the book that they're actually. From.
Yes, he could make Tangler grenades.
Okay.
It's just
No, my brain is calculating the Ryan lists random object from arbitrary adventure. Okay, that book is over there. If he needs to look at it, he can, but maybe Ryan, who's already looking at stuff, should just give him, like, the price to help Bob with calculating his number. Then my brain comes up with, and Bob has the entire library on his tablet, and he will just search everything. And I laughed.
Okay. That's fine. If he can make them, we can ask about quantity and price later.
Are Tangler grenades just the restrained one versus the difficult terrain one?
Yeah, there's something that restrained.
Because we've decided we're pissed off at runners.
The other
like
thing,
stragglers.
yeah, the other thing that I wanted to ask was, does he think that he would be able to make a grenade? Who the purpose of it would be to get essentially like a glowing slime on the person that leaves a trail when they run away.
So, a modified fairy fire that leaves a iridescent trail.
I'd say that
works.
sounds. Yeah, that sounds about
So it's
right.
like it would basically be a modified fairy fire.
Yeah, so they
That's-
leave like a path that we can follow.
Yeah.
Then.
Pixie dust.
Hansel and Gretel grenades.
And then my other two asks were breach charges and door wedges.
I'm pretty sure we can just buy door wedges. Well, no. Door wedges could just be a wedge of wood, or the ones you slide under a door and, like, screw up.
I was just thinking like glue door no move.
Oh. Okay, an alchemical door wedge.
Okay, so not necessarily a wedge, but something that's a barricade.
Yeah, it was just whatever door no move.
Okay, so what we're needing is, what's the glue? The freaking...
No, some
What did you say was the name of the book that the Tangle grenades were in?
Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Dungeon if you make me.
Yeah, Waterdeep.
Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Yeah. WDMM.
I don't know if D&D Beyond uses the same abbreviations as...
All of our other sites.
Yep. Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage. There it is. It was just... I was looking under Dungeon instead of Waterdeep. Aftermath, exploring, caverns, laws, blah, 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 blah. Gauntlets, technology... What page was that on?
244.
244.
You gotta love that whatever your thing is that precise. Like, hey, here's all the information.
He has a reference document.
Yeah.
That's literally...
That's what it's for.
It's like all the information you need to play D&D, but somehow more accessible yet less accessible than an ordered book.
Yeah, I don't know. If you just read all the books cover to cover, it's really easy to reference and know exactly where stuff is in them. all you gotta do is read. Sure, I'm sure that's difficult for you. You're not great at reading or anything.
They don't
not
have
what
a
you do.
list of items. That's rude.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't in the standard list. I'll have to look it up later.
that's okay.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
Yeah,
I'm glad you believe it is fine.
I'm just asking possible, not.
I mean,
what
it's a
needed.
Tanglefoot bag.
Well,
But slightly different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slightly different.
But it's
table.
effectively a Tanglefoot bag.
Yeah.
I don't see it would being a problem.
Yeah, the whole idea is just to keep people from moving.
As with every other item on that list.
Keep running away.
I mean, it might
Put
just wind up being Tanglefoot bags if the dungeon grenades are broken, but...
Mm. Okay. Yeah, that
And door barricades.
mm-hmm.
And then,
Okay, I just put down in our notes everything that you just asked about.
Okay.
so if
Yeah.
we're not...
But you're not pulling him off the acid.
No.
No. For now, finish that.
Nope. This was me just spitballing with him, picking his brain.
Okay.
And if we are laying low, not invading their territory, were you planning to check on the rumored old gnome?
That is something that I was really interested in doing.
I think we might have an ally there. From the minor description we heard.
And we know where she is.
Yes,
Unlike,
you know where she is located in the slums.
yeah.
If you think you can get in here, I think you have a silver tongue that might well lend itself to trying to find an ally in such situations. Sounds like they're already wanting to cause ruckus. That could be a boon.
Yep, I was definitely thinking about it as far as what I would do for today.
Or are we gonna keep Jake on the assassination or the picking off people? Or I asked Jake if he feels it's too dangerous there. Molly thought it was for her. I don't know if Jake thinks it is for him.
Well, you basically told me to not pick people off if there's more than 4, and there's usually more than 4, so I just don't engage.
Okay.
Recover assets handed to the boys so that we can make sure that whoever goes with us next time has access to them.
Filling boss.
No, don't take it from Roy. Roy can keep his stuff.
Well, he went with us.
Yeah.
Point being, the nameless boys that have...
Okay,
Oh.
so you want the Ipecac and the grenade.
Yes, that is exactly.
Ah, okay, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, he said it earlier, so I assume that's what he was talking about, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought
There was no direct line other than me recalling that you said something about it earlier.
Yeah, no, I thought you was like, take back the armor and the other stuff
no, okay.
for coming with us. Like, oh.
No, that's gear.
Yeah.
These are assets.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Okay.
I mean, with you might have wanted him to rip off an arm. He has no idea.
I like that he just says okay.
wherever you want, boss.
What do we want Jake working on instead of that then? Because there's too many guys.
I actually kind of want him to go out and purchase some more ranged options for our Dexy boys.
So crossbows, bows.
Yeah, some bows. Because most of our boys are fighters, so they might eventually actually make use of the non-loading property of a
Well,
short
could
bow.
we get them, I believe it was hand axes? Or throwing axes? That's both would count for the sneak attack, but still be a strength-based thrown.
I think he's looking for something that's dex-based.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought most of our boys weren't dex-based to begin with.
They are not.
Yeah.
Most of them.
But I thought we were just looking for something that we could apply sneak attack to.
I mean, isn't the point that it takes 2 weeks and then we get stealth and then 2 more weeks before sneak attack?
So
we don't need that at this point. That's a future problem.
I mean, just so you know, bows are expensive.
Yeah.
Like short bows are 25 gold, which they're the cheapest. Light crossbows are 25 gold. Heavy is 50. Long bows are 50. Hand crossbows are 75.
Yeah, we're not buying that right now.
Okay.
Because we got 4 weeks. You have no idea how long 4 weeks in this game is.
True.
It may never happen. We might run the city by then.
Okay. So, what would a good thing for Jake to be doing?
I don't know, start up racketeering in the... Oh, didn't we say we wanted to racketeer near the edge of the balanced blades section to say we would, give them protection from the balanced blades for a, weekly cost?
I mean, that sounds fine, I guess. Any objections?
Is that
No, it
something...
could be particularly fun if we managed to take over the balanced blades and do the exact same thing on the other end.
But is that something Jake feels he could accomplish, is starting up racketeering, which is just the shakedowns there on the border?
I'm pretty sure he knows what racketeering is.
Yeah, set up a protection racket.
He certainly can. However, it's going to draw heat. Just be aware.
So, that's something we didn't want.
Oh, I see why you wanted the Tangler grenades as opposed to the Tangle Foot.
Yeah.
Much higher DCs.
Oh, there's that, and I think the effect was actually better too.
Because Tanglefoot's only, difficult terrain.
Yeah.
But from the sound of it, if it's not a price, then it's not a alchemical item in the item stuff. It's a magic item.
It's a common adventuring gear item. It is alchemical.
Okay.
It's an alchemical, non-magical item.
Woohoo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, now it can be sort of like
yeah,
magic.
and it's within 10 feet, whereas I think the Tanglefoot bag is like a 5-foot square thing.
I mean, I think it's the same area, but it's got
5-foot radius with sticky goo.
Yeah, it's just the Tanglers have a 15 dex and a 20 strength requirement, and you have to use strength. You can't dex your way out of them,
Okay.
which is why.
Yeah, becomes difficult terrain for 1 minute, and any creature that starts its turn in that area has its speed half for the turn. Yeah, so it didn't actually. Yeah, Tanglefoot doesn't actually restrain people.
Yeah, this thing's pretty fucking awesome. So yeah, certainly possible. They don't have a price on it, so I'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Something fair. That's not insane, but yeah.
Just...
Because that's definitely within his wheelhouse.
Yeah. Things for Jake to do. If we don't want heat on us yet, I don't feel we're big enough for that.
I mean, we could have Jake actually just guarding any intrusions into the area.
Yeah, just have him and the boys, do shows of force on the border to the balance blades.
Well, I would actually think it'd be better for them to do patrols and then see if they could catch any incursions off guard and wipe them out instead of like at the border.
Well,
so,
that's
patrol borders of the entirety of your area, because it would not cost anything for him to do the horse too. Just so you know, if you have him on patrol and guard, it's basically him running groups.
Okay.
For both our controlled sections?
Yes. It would be, when you have your main lieutenant doing it, it would basically be him doing it for all of your controlled sections, no matter how big you get, because he'll...
At least for today. Yeah, we can decide further tomorrow, but yes, after what we did yesterday perhaps that is wise.
So, patrol and guard, gang training, working on acid, Spartacus.
Was he in the middle of anything?
Nope.
Okay.
He was looking into the sewers, which you already did. Yeah, Spartacus is free.
Okay, Spartacus, we would like you to, in our home sewers here, set up a secret room for us. It's like
Dimensions? Sorry, dimensions. It's one of the very few voices I can do, which is just me, but deeper.
What do we think?
20 by 40 by 10?
Ooh, that,
I was thinking hold X number of people.
Oh, cells.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if we were going for another lab space or...
I was thinking like 5 by 10.
I was in the ballpark of thinking can hold 10 people.
5 by 10 can hold 10 people if we kill them. Easy. If we're fine to stack them, even more. I'm fine to stack them.
Find an area that can hold 10 people comfortably.
Oh. I mean,
in that case,
that sounds
20
expensive.
Not after they're just digging it out. We have boys.
And it's like, he's got a budget, and if he needs extra money.
10 people. A person needs like at least a 10 by 10 foot space to be comfortably held. So you're talking about like basically 100 by 100 foot.
Then
How well
or like
maintained
100
or known are the sewers?
It has to be at least like 20 feet wide and like 100 feet deep.
No.
We're definitely not thinking of giving any of them more than a 5 foot space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand that people are bigger than 5 feet.
No. They're smaller. It can be more than 5 feet in height.
No, I mean like to lie down.
Well, they can lean against a wall.
Are
Are we thinking of for our people or for prison? Or...
Yeah, no, we're just trying to get like a prison space.
Yeah.
As far as...
Okay, so you want not comfortably then.
Yeah.
Maybe a 5 by 10
How
with a hall.
well...
Because honestly, we're just looking for essentially a soundproof room that we can take people we kidnap.
What if instead of hollowing out new area, we wall off and disguise existing area? Just remove one of the corridors from the existing drainage system.
Because they have people down there checking.
Do they?
Well,
Yeah,
Spartacus has people down there checking.
Well, we know that now, but yeah, there are workers down in the sewers. Do we control the sewers enough to where if we just walled something off, it would go uncommented on?
Spartacus believes so.
Yeah, okay. Then, yeah, sure. We just make a sewer thing by the base, ours. So we can go down there and have, a, 20 or 100 foot tunnel or sewer line?
I mean, if there's ever heavy rain or a flood or anything, it might drown everyone in it, but
No,
That's fun.
I like the idea of us hauling out a secret room that we can duck into instead of like taking over the actual waterway.
Yeah.
Well, the point is we block that off and the water just redirects around.
Oh no, I still assume there would be a grate in it to let the water through the bottom. Because we need that, or people will come and investigate.
I mean, redirect it, it's fine.
Spartacus is not water engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He
it's
will
like,
do his best, but
I think that would be more work than just hauling out a solid area.
Yeah.
Well,
but you want
not under any of the buildings we care about then, because, you know.
Well, we can hire people who know how to
So
hollow
you
without
want, like-
collapsing.
basically 60 square feet with cells. Because, like, you can put bars up, which would make it a smaller area, or if it's walls, it's going to be thick walls, especially if you want them soundproof to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Also, are they individual cells or just a big old holding area?
I was just thinking about a big holding area.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe like
A drum
a
tank.
20 by 20.
Yeah. Yeah, say that's more the size I was thinking. It was something like 20 by 20 versus some big, huge area.
Well, why just say you want a 20 by 20 when I asked you?
That
what you
would be
wanted?
far too easy.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
had
I asked
to
for dimensions, and you're
spitball
like,
the idea
certain
first.
number of people, comfortably. I'm like, well, that's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, I would also say a 20 by 30, so we'd have the bars on our 5 to 10 feet, or 25 by 20, and then them on the other side.
Okay, so what's the dimensions?
Do the 20 by 20 room.
20 by 20 with a airlock.
Yeah. It's secret,
So like two doors.
Secret door. Yep.
Yeah, because there's like the door you walk in and you're not walking straight into the cell. You're walking into another room that has another door.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by airlock.
Yeah, the airlock style of entry. Like I did with my shrinking people prison.
Oh yes, that.
I don't remember that. I don't
You
want to
weren't-
know.
you
I
weren't-
don't want to know.
You weren't in there.
You're a monster. You, Ryan, the ideas you come up with. I remember the game where you decided you needed to kill a vampire, and instead of just teleporting them into the sun, you wanted to teleport them into some sort of weird contraption trap that you made.
Yes.
With running water. Running, aka just moving water.
Let's just
not
say that
natural.
this was the same campaign that Ryan filled up the shrinking things of lava that he could put on your head, and then it would turn into an adamantine shell where you're stuck in lava inside of adamantine.
Yes, you are a monster, my friend. A monster.
It's the only reliable way to do 20 d6s per turn.
And it's like, and I can't have them escaping the lava.
And you
Okay.
have to make the lava carryable, so you need a enchanted adamantine that is constantly keeping the lava hot, but not can't burn you.
Well, my imp was immune to fire damage, so he could carry it no problem.
So that's
It was a whole thing.
4 of our 6.
Mm-hmm.
Abbott?
Abbott is free. What is Abbott to do this fine day?
Abbott?
I got nothing.
He can just do a maintaining finances day where he goes through the books to make sure everything's
Does
stable.
Abbott have someone under him?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
He's got Hannah, who's the
Okay.
forgery specialist.
Yep. Okay, I remember now. That person. Yep.
Maintain the books, get caught up on paperwork.
Yep.
Do the paper.
And finally, Steve. Not Steve. No, that's Steve McQueen.
Yeah, Steve McQueen,
Yeah.
lawyer. Yes.
McQueen.
As opposed to Dread
Lawyer
Overlord.
at large, Steve McQueen.
Yeah, Steve McQueen versus Dread Overlord. Yeah.
If you feel comfortable, perhaps you could aid on the corpse recovery goal. Just through, like literally trying to see if they will sell the body.
So you want me to go to the bar and say, hey, I hear you got some bodies?
I would think more of a letterhead and addressing it to someone and sending something along.
To whom it may concern, you got them corpses?
We
maybe
know
just
that
so-
Edward Hale is running their organization.
Maybe you just
Just go straight
what
to
could
the
we put
boss.
on a piece of paper that says We are a group that's legally allowed to buy bodies. We heard you might have some. Can we buy them? Like, is there necrocorpse or, something like...
Necco wafers?
Yeah.
He did look-
Just a
Because
group.
corpses are so thin, it's just the Necco wafer core?
Maybe samples for the school. For,
Hi, I
Cadavers.
run an elementary school.
No, I run a medical school and I'm looking for cadavers.
Yeah.
We heard you might have some with interesting things to study. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Well, this is the balance blades. We could be like, hey, I'm a necromancer who wants some hush-hush bodies. You got any for sale?
Yeah.
Okay, to buy the corpses. So what angle do you want Steve to take? Because you've said like 3 of them.
We're just having fun with it. First off, are there any of them that you outright don't feel comfortable with?
Oh, you can do whatever you want.
He sounds like a street savvy guy. Shouldn't he pick?
But I'm just filling out paperwork. I live to bill.
I don't know. I'd say go with the necromancer looking for a quiet purchase.
Yeah, in that case, I don't think we would have paperwork for them to sign. We would just go in there and be, creepy
I could be an
ourselves.
intermediary for a creepy ass boss. I mean,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that works.
To be fair, in this specific situation, it's him.
yes, but we're going with stereotypes today.
yes. Yeah,
It's Monday. Stereotype Monday.
yes. You're a lawyer intermediary to keep things, from tracing back to us.
So that's literally my job, yes. That's
Yes.
why I'm here.
Yeah, so do that.
Alright.
Find out how much they want for that elven body.
Which one you want? Make sure he knows that.
Yeah.
Say magic words, move magic hands. His face with a big goatee. Yes, the young, supple elf body.
Of course, boss.
Just put on his face. Mm.
If you're going to go through that effort, you literally could have put on the face of the body that you want to let him know exactly what it looks like, but you decided to tell jokes.
I don't know. I didn't get a really good look at that
Steve's
guy.
just like,
And that's not true. You saw him down when he was getting out of the cell.
the face would help though. Like unrelated. Face would help.
well, like this, but way up there.
Okay. Has seen.
To be clear, he had both legs and shins.
Ah, that poor veteran. He hated his son so much.
Okay. But no name, right? I don't think I gave you guys a
No.
name. Nope.
I never got a name.
So did anybody have any desire for what they want their potential code name to be? No?
Judy Hops.
Hey, I already pitched superheroes and got shot down for being silly.
Ears, the horn.
Ears, horn, mommy.
We got Snake.
No. Ears, horn, mommy, and Doc.
Oh, no, I was going with Fox. It's a reference, but...
So, where are you going?
I'm sorry, the thing about nicknames is you don't actually get to choose your own.
Yeah, obviously he should be Patches.
Doc or Patches. Yeah, no, we already called,
Yeah. Doc looks up every time you say his name.
Yeah, we already called Doomster that. Yeah, so Patches, yeah, those are our code names. It has been decided.
I don't intend to remember them.
It's only relevant when we're dealing with...
Maybe remind me then.
Doc's over there just like filling out seems to be working on something like an unusual level of thing, like his legs down.
He's set down his book.
Well, usually it's book in one hand, and it's some trashy novel or another. Teacup held
Tusk
negligently in the other, and just bunny slipper hanging daintily off of one foot as he bounces it and reads. And he's now got the book down, and he's still drinking his tea, but he's writing at the same time.
So yeah, we'll have that bright boy sent over to you, Doc.
Yeah.
You can call for him when you're ready.
Oh no, just send him.
He's
Then
ready.
you're ready. I'm just gonna...
I mean, there's no point. I mean, I have to teach him everything. I assume he's a moron.
Okay. He's got a keen mind, but no training.
He's fresh.
So, a moron.
Might be useful. I wonder if he can make coffee.
I better. I can't have coffee, but I mean, I can make coffee. I don't drink coffee.
I mean, that's pretty basic alchemy, right?
I make incredible coffee. Literally the best coffee. Unless you go to the chef, but that's like so expensive, and he sometimes doesn't run coffee.
Well, you're a great alchemist. A great alchemist makes great coffee.
Yes, but he's the chef.
Also, the fact that he just has a title means he's definitely one of the big players in the circle. But anyways,
I think we know that.
I think we're good for the day. We got all of our lieutenants. We're not going on another attack run ourselves.
No, see if we can. I'm gonna see if I can locate. Well, go and talk with Midorie. Unless people want to go with me. The other thing is that I wanted to bring up spending additional money on. Don't think that you have anything that you can do as well, but whether or not the two of you need any material components or money for spells.
I mean, anything that I need presently is affordable enough that I can manage.
Okay.
It's like, if we wanted, I could start preparing it if we're going into combat and we know it that day, or just have it always on lock. If we can get 300 gold worth of diamonds, I could cast Revivify.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking through my magic stuff in nature lores, like, I guess I could also take a really expensive gold-dipped flower and summon Fae with it.
Yeah.
And that's like 300 gold.
Would Spartacus's underlings be able to handle just like material item purchasing?
Yeah, they can source it for you.
Okay. So,
It's going to require an actual donation of monies. Like it won't come out of their fund.
Right. I understand.
Yeah.
So 300 diamond dust, 300 for the flower, and 100 for the pearl.
Yeah. And Bob will specify that it's not diamond dust, it's diamonds. It can be multiple, but it's not the dust.
It can be diamonds. Diamond dust would work for diamonds. The only thing is, like, if it has a diamond in the material component title, it needs to be one diamond.
That
So
can be
it makes
harder
It's
to
just
source.
harder to find.
Yeah, it's harder to source.
Yeah,
so like diamond dust would work for Revivify, but it wouldn't work for like if you needed a diamond.
Yeah,
'Cause-
Revivify is just diamonds. Not
Yeah,
a diamond.
yeah, diamond dust is diamonds.
They're just very small.
Yes, they're very small.
Yeah, technically, I feel like small diamonds is probably easier than dusting it. I mean, diamonds don't dust easy.
Yeah, they're notoriously difficult to dust.
And now I'm just thinking of diamond sandpaper.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
That's what you use to sharpen metal and other stuff.
So
Yeah, like knives. It's like a diamond sharpening
you
stone
need
is
a
basically
pearl
diamond
and
sandpaper.
owl feather.
Yeah.
But the owl feather and all that stuff is not.
Yeah,
Really
we get that in the same place we get bat poop and, other miscellaneous boobs and bobs.
boobs.
What?
Shut up.
No.
No. We're focusing into this.
You misspoke and you must suffer. Bits and bobs, by the way.
Bits.
Bits,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, bits and bobs.
Not boobs and bobs.
Mhm.
I'm not opposed.
Yeah.
So if Richter doesn't have anything, so then to Sparty, I'll go ahead and hand over the 700 gold
Okay.
for those three things.
If you're sending him out, another 10 just for the incense and stuff for
Okay.
familiar.
So 710.
Are you pulling it from party funds?
Yep.
Okay, that's easier. Just so I can change that.
What is Wolfgang going to change the beaver into something else?
Yes.
The badger.
Badger. Yeah.
Badger? Yeah. No, Wolfgang has other, better ideas for what it can be.
Can it be
Glorious.
swapped back into a badger? After?
Yes.
Yeah, Adam specifically asked him.
Yeah.
Yes, he can.
Because otherwise that's...
Not one of the actual options.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also is way less fun if you can't.
Mhm.
And it's an aircraft router familiar. Of course you can do weird crap with it.
For summon Fey, identify, revivify, and find familiar.
Okay. So you send them off for that. Now comes the fun part. Mary, what are you doing with your day? You slept earlier, so you're...
Yeah. Well, did we finally agree that he's gonna do his paper to the...
He's going to go ask them.
He's going to fill out letters and have it sent
Let's see,
for you.
2, 3, so that's, 7 days, 9 days. That's still good. Yeah, so that's fine. So I don't need to deal with it directly myself.
Mhm.
Well, I've earned a good, I did some good work today, so I earned a rest.
Okay.
Go to the bar.
I'm gonna go to the bar.
Because you slept last night like a peasant.
Yeah, I earned some rest. I delegated my role adequately. I'm gonna say it's worth a day of relaxation.
Technically, you didn't. I delegated your role adequately.
He delegated it to you. So, Mother June, what you doing today?
You should take more pride in your work.
I will go ahead and disguise myself up. And
Because you do have that one disguise. It was like a 21 or something that you got.
Yeah,
Really
I've-
good for
I've-
as a peasant lady.
yeah, I've made 2 different disguises for walking around. However, my one disguise would at least be known to Bishop by now. My whatever combat disguise.
Oh yeah.
So I'll go ahead and use my old peasant design.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of wander around on a 21 DC.
Yep.
Okay. So you wander in. Where do you head?
I'm going to go and locate Midorie.
Okay. You have a relatively good description of where it is, and you don't have. You've spent enough time in there that you know how to get there, and you go there.
Okay. Then
So
I
you
will-
walk up, and it's a house that's been heavily painted. Like, it looks like it's been painted over several times, and it's like, it seems to have fresh paint and a clean yard and a well-maintenance and cared for. It kind of sticks out as people who care. There's a legitimate white picket fence around this that seems to be also freshly cleaned and painted with a well cared for yard.
Alright.
And there's no other houses around it. It's like has like a proper yard. It's almost like in the middle of this dirty, dingy city, there's a house from the suburbs plopped in the middle of it.
I will go ahead and approach the front door, watching to make sure that I don't mess up any wet paint.
Well, the paint's like new. It's not wet. So
Oh.
as you walk up, there's a stone, beautifully made stone walkway that leads up to the front door,
Alright.
and it's a relatively large, about the same size as the gang leader's house, stone house.
I go ahead and press the digitation my feet in order to keep from tracking dirt in.
Okay, and knock on the door.
Yep.
Just your classic door-to-door salesman of, "Hi, I have a church."
Have you heard the good word?
Yeah.
You just hear, "In a minute."
Now, immediately stab her when she opens the door. We'll take care of one of the leaders.
A woman reaches up at the door.
I mean, that is technically a
rattles
strategy.
and opens, and there's a woman who seems hunched and just in a overly large cardigan, billowing. She looks like it was once well fitted, but now hangs on her more loosely.
Quick, she's an old woman. Cast Chill Touch on her.
I don't have that stuff.
Opens the door and just says, "Yes, dearie, how can I help you?"
Is this the home of Miss Midorie?
I'm Midorie.
Oh, very good.
Midorie Thorn.
Midorie Thorn.
How can I help you?
Well, Miss Midorie, I have been told a little bit about the history of the slums and kind of how the area has gotten bad over the years ever since the quarry jobs dried up.
Would you like to come in, dear?
Oh, yes, thank you.
And she opens the door and let her in. It's a house that is loved. It's not dingy per se, but it's certainly lived in. It's not a spotless clean, it's a functional clean. There might be, a coffee cup on the table, but only the one from the day. There's older furniture, clean but tattered, and brings you in, and on the wall above the mantle is a plaque with 2 pickaxes crossed, and there's no dust on them, but they gleam with a greenish metal and silver inlays.
Those are pricey.
Probably. Anything with a special description is definitely
Well, he types
expensive.
M''Deary?
Midorie, like Midorie, Midorie.
Green?
Less fancy, but okay.
Huh? Oh, Midorie?
Well, it's not pronounced that way, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
They're going
I-
after the Japanese
green.
pronunciation of green.
I was spelling it in my notes as Ma Dear Y.
I put M''Deary.
You can spell it however you want, as long as you know how to pronounce it.
Yep.
You can spell it as Jake, and as long as you know that means Midorie.
I mean, I'm checking because it'll probably be in that description down below.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter for them either. I will never fix that because I don't write it. Listen, I'm just here to play in my own little sandbox. I make you deal with the paperwork.
But yeah, I take notice of the pickaxes and kind of point at them, and it's like,
Mine and my husband, once upon a time.
You were miners.
We were quarrymen, yes.
I think you finally found someone who has information.
And you led with it, too, so
Yeah.
good on you.
And it's like, so,
Sit down.
Oh, thank you.
Sit. And she goes and she comes back out with a kettle and cups. And she pushes a button on the kettle and just pours, and it's nice and hot tea comes out.
Lovely.
It's quite good.
So, honestly, I came to talk to you because I want to make this area a better place again. However, there seem to be people who are against that and seem to have animosity towards you. So I wanted to come and talk to you to...
You want to fix the slums? Turn it back into the quarryman's district as it once was?
Yeah, say I thought that
It's
was...
very simple. Kill that motherfucking knight.
We have an objective. It doesn't sound like an easy objective, but it's an objective, and that's rare for him to give us.
And took everything from us. He took my husband from me. He took our purpose from our people. All we wanted was fairer wages. And he came and undercut everything we were doing. Now you can't even buy stone for a reasonable price that normal, decent folk can afford because his mages have every contract down. And they won't stand up to him. They're not even making what they should.
Yes. And it's like, I've been told about Bailey-Mont.
He's our problem. And any time I try to rally any support, it gets cut out. I'm an old woman now, but not as weak as others. I mean, I'm barely 350.
And it's like, yeah, I know about Bailey-Mont and Gustav, his lapdog.
Sniveling worm.
Okay. Well, I'm on board with you.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. It's like I've met good people in the slums, and it looks like
Most of the people here are good, and even the ones that are bad don't know it. They're stuck.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, I would like to liberate them. I'd like to bring this back to where it should be.
I would love that, dearie.
Alright. Well, as far
What
as...
do you need?
Well, getting...
I'm an old woman, but I'll give you everything I can.
Okay. It's like, well... You are somebody who's kind of new to me, but I know about Gustav and Baileymont's involvement here, and then there's I've heard of another old elven man who happens to run some things.
Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yes. He's broken.
Hmm.
He's not who he once was. He's not unreasonable, but he's relatively unreachable. Mentally, emotionally. They took a lot from poor Shepherd. Almost as much as they took from me, but elves are just weak.
She's a dwarf.
She's a gnome.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Just mentally.
Yeah.
No flexibility for all their age.
Well,
Oh, yeah. He's disguised.
Okay.
and I'm not an elf.
You're an
Yes, you
Eladrian.
Yes,
Normal
you
people think
you
you're an elf.
are an elf. You're just disguised.
You're like an elf.
Yeah, I'm elf-like. And it's like, but
Any normal
Literally a
person
type of elf.
would think you're an
Yeah,
elf.
Eladrians are.
Eladrin are elves that spent too much time in the Feywild.
Yeah, they're a sub race of elf.
but she says that he's inflexible for his age, and my religion says that you have to be flexible. So,
Well, yes, her racist stereotypes are wrong, and that's fine.
Yeah,
That doesn't make you not an elf.
She's a wee bit racist, just a smidge.
all right. Well,
And he broke.
yeah.
I'm not saying all elves are weak, but that one fucking was in her mind.
So, I guess I really need a plan on how to deal with Bailymont, because as far as I know, going up to the Noble District to...
Oh, I think I can draw him out for you.
Interesting. Oh, what do you need?
I need backing, support.
Mhm.
Once he's gone, I need someone to subsidize some training, some equipment. Let me get the boys back. Let me set it up again.
The boys.
Let me create my union and get them working.
I...
Now, ask for a stake in it, and
Yeah, it's like...
well, especially for adding backing,
Yeah.
we're actually putting a stake in it.
Yes, you would literally be putting a stake in it.
Yeah, and it's like...
And at this point, really, any of the qualms of, do we put money to... If we can just get rid of this district to get our own personal power, as at this point we have realized that the more the gang gains territory, it seeps within our soul, and we learn stuff.
Yeah, and it's like... Yeah. And
Also, she will take care of all that stuff we didn't want to do, like trying to underbid and do contracts and other stuff that we don't want to deal with.
bureaucracy.
Yeah, and it's like... Yeah, and it's like, as far as backing, if we get a... if I could get a stake in the union, then I'd be happy to throw support behind you.
Oh dear, this is going to end wonderfully. She just
I
sips her
hope
tea.
so.
And it's like, I knew it was a good idea to come talk to you.
I'm glad you did.
Wunderbar. Then let us make plans.
Sit down and tea and crackers while you plan the assassination of a lieutenant.
Of a noble. Yeah. No.
Oh, I thought he was talking about Bishop, not the noble. Okay, yeah.
No. Baileymont's the knight noble that ripped everybody off in this district.
She just goes, so when do you think you'll be ready?
I mean, we've been working. What do you need? When do you need it?
Oh,
And
Wait,
how
have-
powerful is Bailey-Mont if we can
I
get
just
A
need
good day.
Yeah, a good day.
I just need I don't know. Give me 15 minutes.
We
Oh.
can do that on a good day, yeah. It's like Warner and she can get him here.
No, she's just sitting there like 15 minutes.
Oh, to call down Bailey-Mont?
Oh, I'll get him here. He'll probably won't be here till tomorrow, but I need 15 minutes to get him here tomorrow.
Give me... Let me go and talk to some people first.
Oh, of course, dearie.
Okay.
Call any time.
Alright, thank you. It's
She
like,
leads you out.
yeah, and it's like, okay. It's like, then I'll go ahead and make my way back to the Red Horse District.
You can do an insight check on her, but
Sure.
if you want, like,
Yeah, I'll do that. I get a 16 plus insight plus 5, so yeah, the 21.
you kind of get the idea that she has a cane and she moves slowly. She doesn't need to do either of those things. These are choices.
She's been depicting old lady all for the chance of getting him down here, beating him to death with a cane.
Alright.
As I imagine her dual wielding those adamantium picks.
Maybe. Don't chill touch this one. She was not described as being corpse-like. Just shrunken.
It would have been really funny for me.
Quick, describe her as corpse. Quick, describe her as corpse-like.
It would have been really funny for me.
Then we'd only be down to the doctor people are loyal to.
That's a bad decision.
So yeah, that's your day pretty much. You kind of spend all day chatting,
Sneaking
with
in
her.
and out.
Sure.
Yeah, and sneaking in and out and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So,
Spellcraft.
spellcraft, excellent. Let's hear your numbers.
What do I need?
I need a arcanum and a medicine.
I don't like that.
Tough toenails.
So, natural 1
Wait.
on Arcana.
Do you want to use the 15?
Do I get to?
You already rolled.
I already rolled.
Well, no. For your next one, before you threw that dice, do you want to use the 15?
No.
No.
Fine. You said it was medicine?
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
Good, it was the right decision.
Yeah, it was.
Did you roll on one again?
No, 6.
No, yeah, no, I
He was just checking the dice if it would have betrayed him.
yeah.
I kind of did.
Wisdom checks for my learning while sitting out back playing with Huxley.
Oh, right. Yeah. Let me pull up my notes for you, too. Good lord. Okay, go for it.
Is that just one check for the 8 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. 11. So 16.
Okay.
I don't get stats to it.
You make progress. You don't get wisdom to your wisdom check?
Well, I'd get no skills to my wisdom check. I get wisdom to it. I said stats, and it was the wrong word.
You get your what is it you're awarding? Because you're trying to learn a skill, right?
Yeah, investigation.
Yeah, you get your investigation to it. Well, actually, no. That's int based. Oh yeah, that's why he gave you philosophy book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you get one more. If you do your last success, you'll have finished that book and can move on to the next one.
Yep.
Which will allow you to read the other one using wisdom, but it won't change the stat for your insight or your investigation. It will still be in
check.
an intelligence check, but it will allow you to read the other book using wisdom.
Yeah, this is a primer, so I can actually succeed the rolls to learn.
Yeah.
Gotta lay your groundwork.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought it would be really mean if I gave you an intelligence-based book that's like, yeah, I hope you roll a... Like, you just gotta nail it every time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's Nick. Yeah, so it's evening time.
Alright.
You've been drinking all day.
Yeah, just day drinking. Hanging out with the guys.
Well,
building
it's now
rapport.
evening drinking.
So it's no longer weird for me to be here.
Excellent. So you just continue drinking. Are you trying to reset your clock fully?
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
Trying to get back on schedule.
Mother June, evening.
That's an excellent excuse for what I've been doing.
If I've got additional time, would I be able to stay in the slums district?
I mean, it's evening when you get out of the slums district, so if you don't want to get out, you can stay.
And remember, from our lieutenants, it's dangerous.
Well,
Because
yeah,
you're not
and
from there.
And it's evening time, because my idea would have been to go and talk to followers. But, yeah, just head back to the bar.
Okay. I mean, if you want to spend more time in there, you certainly can. It'll just your evening.
I don't think by evening time. I don't think I'd have the opportunity to really go and talk to a bunch of the brunette followers.
Yeah, I just didn't want to make you role play through the entire conversation with the old lady, but it took her a while to trust you enough to like agree to everything. Kind of thing.
The idea behind it was I was just going to tell followers that Midorie's going to need some support, and that would have been it.
Okay, you can certainly spread that message. And
Okay.
You'll just get back, and your evening was spent already.
Okay.
Doing that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Evening.
Head over to take Huxley for a walk, then head over to the Red Horse, do some drinking and eating my own.
Okay, so you and Huxley eat and drink at the Red Horse.
Mhm.
Okay.
Try and correct all these Arcana mistakes that I made in the day when I was distracted by something else.
Okay.
I was not willing to double down on mine because that wouldn't be in my character.
Well, he doesn't get like another roll. He just
No.
yeah. It's just like in character for him to be like, God damn it!
No.
I didn't carry the one.
All of this.
I didn't carry the one on the first equation. I'm on page 3.
Yeah, you spent 4 hours on it.
Yeah.
On this equation and realized that you made a simple math mistake at the beginning.
Yep. I didn't star. It's magic, man.
Yes. I forgot the starfish equation. It had 7 legs, not 6. The hell? Okay. So it is now Tuesday. Tuesday morning. It is time for the Tuesday morning meeting.
Good day or bad day?
Ooh, bad for someone. 5 and 2.
Oof.
Hey,
That's
man.
an oof, bud.
Bad rolls are not necessarily
Nope.
bad rolls.
If we go out and do something, they're not. If I stay in and do spellcraft all day, they don't help me any.
Okay, Spartacus is going to be working for like another week on that. Abbott did paperwork. Steve wrote a letter but hasn't heard anything back. Molly is training.
Downstairs working.
Yeah. So Abbott and Jake have things that they can be freed up from doing, and Doomsayer is still working on Doomsayer shit.
Did Jake see any activity near our borders or guarding stuff?
He saw some probes on both the slum side and the bounce blade side, but he ran them off without incident.
Okay.
We don't have anything else for him to do. Have him do another round today.
Well, I want to go ahead and bring up what I learned talking with Midorie yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, Midorie is of the opinion that she could spend 15 minutes of her own time in order to get Sir Bailymont to show up to the Slums District to confront her, I suppose. Which would... She said that it would take him probably a day to get down there from up where he is. But looks like she wants...
He's a knight. He has a carriage.
Well, Midorie seems to be of the opinion that Sir Bailymont needs to die, and she's willing to kind of put up or shut up on that.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, her foundational goal seems to be wanting to reestablish the slums as the quarry district, which I'm on board with.
Yeah, we did say that.
Could make it more useful for us personally.
Mm-hmm. Well, she wants backing, so we would have a stake in the union, and we might want to help her out with Bailymont if she's really going to go.
You had a long conversation with her, which we didn't play through.
Mm-hmm.
She will not be dealing with Bailymont. She wants you to deal with it. She'll get Bailymont to come to the slums and put himself in a position where you can, but she expects you guys to handle it without her.
Okay.
Did she mention where he would come to specifically? Could we, find a abandoned building or something? And
she didn't mention it. What he plans and does is not her concern. She will just make it so that he will have to show up.
Yeah, and it's so we can get him into the slums.
But she can't do it for today.
Well, it would be... We would have essentially a day notice after she does whatever she does.
You're an arse, Bob. Just personal opinions.
How dare you?
Do we want to keep whittling down the gang so he'll have less backup himself? Or at least find his lieutenant and Gustav?
It would be nice for us to get rid of Gustav, or at least Bishop, at this point.
Because I think we hit Bishop, we take him out, Gustav if we can, but I think a cleric's more dangerous than a rogue if a knight's coming.
Just kind of glance over at Molly questioningly.
Hey, just in the fact that a cleric could save his life and he could get away.
Molly's like, I'm just a little girl. I'd never do anything bad. Please don't hurt me.
Seems legit.
Also, can I say I cast my spells yesterday night for good berries, or...
You did talk about it, so
Yeah.
I'll allow it, but I would prefer if you remember to do so in the future.
Yeah. Okay. I will have cast 4 of the level 1s, and, if anyone wants one here, but I'm give the rest to Jake to hand out to the boys. It's this is magical healing. If one of them goes down, have one of his buddies put it in his mouth and chew it up. They'll bring it back.
Okay, that's pretty much enough to give almost everyone in the guard one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone in your organization one for the day.
Yes. So, you're good for today.
Do you know where Bishop is within the slums?
Well, that was something that we speculated or suggested that Molly could have done, but we put her on training instead.
Yeah.
So, no, we don't know where he lives specifically. Well, actually, let's ask Molly. She followed Gustav around. Do you know about Bishop?
He came in at the end of the week.
Oh, so he's new.
Mm-hmm. I got the impression that Gustav called him, or sent him a letter or a message somehow, and asked him to come to help him.
You brought him back up.
Well, how about this as an idea? So, we don't know exactly where we know where Gustav lives, but we don't know where Bishop is.
Mm-hmm.
What say we actually just go ahead and tomorrow go in and hit the soup kitchen after somebody slips some ipecac into their soup after they've eaten it all?
I think we decided that one dose wouldn't affect their entire thing, didn't we?
It also isn't a long-term issue. You have throwable ipecac. You can put it in there and they'll eat it and they throw up immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a delayed reaction thing.
Yeah.
So
Which
the
might
first person
discourage-
who has some would throw something.
You know, person 4 probably isn't going to try the soup.
Yeah, after person 1 throws up.
And 2 and 3, they're stupid. But now, how close was the sewer entrance to Gustav's manor?
It was about 100 feet from the manor.
What if we gather the gang?
No, it's more of a house. Manor is a really grandiose term for what it is.
It's a slum manor.
It's a stone house, but yeah.
As someone who has a grandfather who built himself what was a mansion, it was a large, nice house, but it was on a street that was a trailer park, so it was a mansion because he surrounded himself by much lower class. This is a manor in the slums.
I think the mansion has to have like over 5,000 square feet or something.
No. It had a circle drive. It had like white columns on the front.
So,
Okay, but this isn't the nicest house on the block. It's just a house.
yeah. So if we gather up, say,
It'll be bigger than all the slum houses.
Jake,
No.
Brun? What's his?
Huh?
Klaus?
Yeah.
Gather the gang.
Just all 45 of
All
them?
40.
And
March
just
our
show
way
up at
through the
his
sewers.
house? And
We show up at his house. And we squash the bug. I'm sick of him.
I mean,
And we have enough people still pouring out of the sewers as we're in there dealing with him. That when he teleports away, maybe they can catch up.
yeah, I'm willing for let's do the same thing, but with 40 dudes this time. Though we might have another fight in the sewers leading up to that.
Yes, we may.
Yeah.
And depending on how it goes, maybe some of the men have to deter from there. Or maybe we just wipe out another group in the sewers and manage to reduce the numbers. Maybe Mr. Bishop is still patrolling down there and we clear him off and we decide that's good enough. We've reduced one of their men of force.
Yeah. I vote for Blitzkrieg Gustav tomorrow with entire
Today.
hit. Oh, today? Okay.
Today. He has bad luck.
Ah.
Today.
Okay.
I have a 5 and a 2 today.
Well, I mean, tomorrow you get up 5
I have no control of that. I don't know what the fortunes will tell tomorrow.
I don't know. If we're making stuff.
Also, today, all of those men are holding good berries.
Yeah, there are 40 good berries in the mix today. If we are going through the sewers being stealthy, with the patrol things get a check, now you have to see them, don't you, for you to use your luck thing, don't you?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we couldn't just, there are magically guys here and they get a 2.
For the record, stealthily move almost 50 or 60 people through the
Sewers.
sewers. There are certain things in that sentence that don't work. It's specifically the stealthily part.
Okay.
You totes can move them through there, but it's not quiet.
Can I plan a route where I don't think their groups would be, or a more circuitous route?
You can certainly try, but
Yeah.
again, you're moving a lot of people.
Well, we'll fight them in the sewers. We have the advantage.
In which case, yeah, if we just fight a group in the sewers and we return and that's what we've accomplished, that works too. We've thinned their numbers.
Yeah.
And we've scared the crap out of them.
As we bring all of the boys. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Jake, go get the boys.
Mary,
All right.
pen to paper. Plan a route.
Oh, yeah. I have above.
Steve's like, don't sign it.
Yeah.
It's a map.
Yeah. Do that now or next time?
Next time.
Yeah.
So, now we have a very interesting series of events coming up. Like, comment, subscribe. Stick around, check out other things on the channel. Go check out all of the associated links with our other channels. And thanks for joining us. Bye.